Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to Trisha's Real Life. Please remember to subscribe and join the family. We're trying to grow and little by little we will make our channel grow. Today I decided to talk about how maintaining being clean and sober, how to do it. I'm maintaining it. I'm proof. And believe me, if I can do it, so can you. So if you're struggling and trying real hard to become clean and sober and stay clean and sober, then continue to watch this video and I'll give you some tips and tricks and how things going. Okay, we're crossing the street here now. But as you guys can see from the background, I live here in Chicago, Illinois. Actually, I'm right on the corner of 26th Street, right here in Central Park. If you guys want to see it, you guys can see the street signs here. Let's see if we could get the street signs. See the street signs here. Hopefully we can get them into view. But anyway, yeah. So I live. Oh yeah, you can see in the corner here the 26th Street one in Central Park. But I live in Chicago, and there's a lot of drugs in Chicago, big drug problems, especially heroin, crack cocaine, to name many others, but that was my problem, heroin and some crack cocaine, but heroin was the big one. And you know what? It's hard. It's really hard to stay clean and sober. It's real hard. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I love the effect and the feeling that heroin does. It makes me feel so good, so calm, so relaxed. There's no problem in the world. Nobody can hurt me. Nobody can make me feel sad. Anything that's wrong in your life, everything's fine. But that's just temporary. Now, like I said, even though I love the effect that it gives me, the high, I hate, and I absolutely hate the consequences. And there are tons and tons and tons of consequences. I mean, I lost my kids, my family. I lived in places that were just so dangerous and not good for me. I sold my body for money, or drugs. I mean, I've done things. I've been to jail numerous times, and they were all drug-related crimes trying to get money for drugs, pretty much. And I grew up in a nice household, my mother and my stepfather raised me. He married my mom when I was 5. So I've always had a mother and a father. They're not the perfect mother and father. Don't get me wrong, they're not Leave It to Beaver or the Brady Bunch, but they are good parents. They've always been supportive towards me, anything positive I have going on in my life. Even to this day, I mean, I thank God that my mother still talks to me and is there for me, even though she's had to raise, my daughter. So, and, she's 17 years old, going on 18, and my mother has to raise her, so, because of my drug problems. So I thank God that my mother's still there for me. I mean, of course, she's not going to be an enabler anymore. She's done with that, and I don't blame her. And really and truly, I don't recommend anyone to be an enabler for a drug addict. If you have someone you love who's a drug addict, the worst thing you could do is enable them. And if you are a drug addict and you expect your family to enable you, take care of you, you're wrong, because who are you? You're an adult, you're a grown-up. But anyway, what I've been doing to stay away from drugs and is pretty much just staying away from the people I hung with, staying away from those areas. I only go where there's no drugs or drug people around. I go to my methadone clinic and I go home. I go to the store and I go home. I don't hang out. And believe me, where I live, there are a lot of people around here who do drugs. I see them. I pass by them. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? But that's it. Goodbye. I don't continuously I don't have these people in my life. I don't associate. And don't get me wrong, I get bored. And these people, they were my friends. I consider them friends. Even though now that I think about it, they probably weren't what a friend should be. But they were my friends. That's what I did on a day-to-day basis. And now I struggle because I don't have anything to do with myself. And that's really hard, you know? I mean, what do? Watch TV? I mean, I've been applying for some jobs lately, so I'm hoping that will take up my time. I've been wanting to go to a health club or something like that, maybe to work out, because it's kind of cold to be working out. But I've been doing the best I can, you know, like now I'm going on my little walk. But I mean, it is hard. I'm not going to lie. It is hard. And then now that I've been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, you know, it's hard too, because my alters that come out and they do things that I don't know what's going on. And, you know, I'm constantly worried that one of my alters might cause me to do drugs. But I actually wrote a letter to my alters. And, like a journal that I've been doing and trying to fill, you know, do to pass the time, a little journal. And I wrote a letter to my alters and I told them, please, doing drugs is not going to help me. It's not going to help me with my problems or make me feel better about myself. The only thing that doing drugs is going to do to me is hurt me. And I do know that my alters are there to help me. The only problem, though, with alters is that the alter personality, they think they're helping you. You know, they do what they do to help you cope, but sometimes a coping mechanism is not. Like my one alter, Teresa, she thinks that sex is a coping mechanism. You know, even though, I mean, masturbation, you know, that's a healthy sexual coping mechanism. However, having sex with multiple sex partners that are not like I'm not in a relationship with, that is unhealthy. But then again, you know what? If you are a consenting adult, it could be healthy as long as you take the proper precautions and use, you know, condoms, birth control, you know, all those things. Because, you know, there's many sexually transmitted diseases out there, and that would be one of the worst things. You know, that not only are you coping with your addiction, but now you're coping with a sexually transmitted disease. No, that's not good. But they say NA meetings. Now, me personally, I don't really like NA meetings. I just don't get anything out of hearing somebody else's horror story. You know, I have plenty of horror stories and plenty of stories that things that I've been through. And the last thing I need is to know somebody else's, you know. Now my counselor at the methadone clinic suggested it to be kind of social. But, I mean, I think to myself, do I really want to be social with other drug addicts? That might not be the thing. And yeah, okay, they're clean and sober drug addicts, but people can relapse at any time. You could be clean 20 some odd, 30 some odd, whatever years, and you could relapse. And what is me hanging around with another drug addict going to help me? I mean, that's just my opinion and take on things. To me, I think being with your family or people that are clean and sober that never done drugs in their life, or, I mean, to me, that's the best, you know, type of people. So I'm trying to pretty much start over my life. Be a quote-unquote, you know, be the person, I want to say normal, but be the person I would have been if I didn't do drugs. And that's what I suggest and I recommend. To be the person that you would be if you had never did drugs. Think about it. Really think, where would you have been? You know? Be that person. Be like I said, be that person. Write it down. Like me, I probably would have a house. I probably would have a husband, some kids, like, would living with me. I probably would have a successful job. Or something like, or maybe I'd own my own business, you know? So I'm trying to work on being the person I would have been. If I had never did drugs, I would never associate with drug addicts. No way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to associate with anyone who's done drugs in the past or does drugs now. Not that I think I'm better than anyone, but that's the person I would have been if I never did drugs. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing good, staying clean, staying focused. Join me on Facebook. I'm going to put in the description my Facebook information, Instagram, Twitter. Please, again, remember, subscribe to my channel. And my email, I'm going to put in the description as well. If you do any collaborations or want to give me any information about how you stay clean and sober, or if you're any normal people out there that hasn't done drugs in your life and you want to, meet me, let's be friends, I want to be a normal, nice person. So, anyway, this is Trisha from Trisha's Real Life, and thanks for watching.